Three, two. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to My Pop Heart. I am your host, Meli. So we are back in the studio today, back in the Central Library in Los Angeles. And we have a show for you today. This one's going to also be kind of, I don't know. Sometimes I say that it's going to be like a small episode or like short, and then I literally just get the gabbing and it turns up into like a whole hour episode. So we'll see how it goes. But it is so nice talking to you guys. You remember I told you that I'm going to be more consistent and that I got y'all? Like, I'm legit. I am like, every Friday you will have a new episode from me. Even if it's a 15-minute episode, I promise that I will deliver an episode every week. And thank you for the people that's been listening since the beginning and that's been staying just like, staying like a, I'm saying like a rock, like in some kind of like relationship, but just sticking with me because, you know, everybody knows how life is. Life is just, things get thrown at you last minute and, you know, but it's nothing that I cannot handle. That is literally from the grace of God. And so, one of the reasons why I love doing this podcast is because, like, no matter what's going on around you, you get that 15 to 45 minute just like break to just hear about some like nostalgic pop culture stuff that's happening in the future, stuff that's happening right now, just like all of the pop culture things. Like, I love it. And in the past, that's what I loved about watching E-News. It's just, you know, and it's also kind of like this, maybe that's why I also love watching reality TV, because we really do like escape. Some people escape in like video games and the different worlds in the video games. Some people get on a food escape. I can escape with some food, so I am on that train. And I just love escaping like reality TV and just pop culture. I love it. And music. So today we got just like a few things. We have a new segment that I'm trying out right now, which I feel like I'm going to love. And this segment is about, so on the day that I record, I am going to have like, I'm going to look back on things that happened on that day. I'm so bad at like trying to explain stuff like this, especially when it comes to like times and dates and stuff. But so on this day, whichever year, history of pop culture, just that word salad, just like mix it up and just digest it how you can digest it right now, because I honestly am trying. But yeah, today is July 22nd, and so I have a few things that, so 1962, something happened on July 22nd, 1991, 2011, like things like that. So just a little segment that I think I'm going to start doing every episode, because I have noticed, looking back at past podcasts, that I don't have like any segments that are just like every time you tune in, you expect to hear this segment or see this segment like every episode. It's like it changes every episode, which can be good. Y'all let me know if that is like something that y'all like, that I just change it up every episode, or if y'all would like for me to have segments that is just like, okay, every episode that comes out Friday, like I'm going to hear this segment. I have a few segments. I have like a list of things that I'm going to start trying out, and I need you guys input on like, do y'all like it or not? This will be the first time for this one. Yeah, I told y'all season 2, it is going to be great. It is going to be great. This little pop culture millennial show that could is going to be just like, it's going to be great, and I'm excited to see what happens. It is summer 2025, and yes, it's a hot girl summer. A hot gay summer. Okay, so first, oh my gosh. So this is something, while I was doing like research for the podcast this episode, I did come across something which I guess like I don't know if that's like screwed up for even saying that, but I'm saying on July 22nd, 2025, today I discovered that Ozzy Osbourne has passed away today, and that is wild. I was not expecting to see that. I'm like trying to look up like what has happened on July 22nd, this, in the past, and it said Ozzy Osbourne died. I'm like, wait, what? So yeah, he has passed away today. Like very iconic, very iconic. Black Sabbath, the freaking Osbournes. I think the Osbournes was maybe one of the first like family reality TV shows ever. But he was like mostly known for his music. Me, I'm just like all of in pop culture and just like reality TV. Like everybody else knows him from his like band and him being a great musician. And I'm over here like, I'm like the Osbournes. But very iconic. He's very iconic. The glasses and Sharon. Like just so freaking iconic. And I'm just, that makes me sad. So like prayers go out to like him and his family. But I did read that he did pass away with like his loved ones around him and they were all together. So that is, great to hear that it wasn't something that was like a freak accident or that he was alone. He was around all of his loved ones. So that's great to hear. Okay, so let's get into the show today. Okay, so we're going to start with the new segment that I came up with. This one we're going to call On This Day in Pop History. On this day in pop history or pop history. Oh my God, do you know how like low-key, like cheesy and cute that would be? On this day in pop history. Or this week in pop history. We can do that. Because some days they're probably not going to be some like interesting things that happened on that day. So maybe we'll do this week in pop history. Ding. Okay. So the first of what we got. First one we have in 1962. Mariner. Okay. I'm just gonna YouTube this.
The Mariner 1 mission was an
Mariner 1. Okay. There we go. Mariner. Okay. So the Mariner 1 spacecraft flew off course several minutes after launch and had to be destroyed by remote control. That's crazy. And I don't know if that is like pop culture or anything. This was in 1962. Obviously, I was not born. My mom wasn't even born. So I don't know for the people that are older, the boomers, I think that's what it is, boomers. If that comes up in your mind that is like, whoa, I was there. This was such a historic moment. Then that one's for you. Because I have no idea. But the Mariner 1 spacecraft flew off course and had to be destroyed by remote control. So yeah, let me know. Okay, so the next one. Oh my God, wait, there's only 3. What the Okay, so the next one. Oof, okay, so this one. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I think this one is going to be the one that does it for a lot of people. Okay, and this is like basically any age. So in 1991, Jeffrey Dahmer was arrested in Milwaukee after police discovered human remains in his apartment. This happened on July 22nd, 1991. That is wild. I'm sure most of the people that are watching this have watched the Dahmer show. I think it even won like Emmys, like Evan Peters and all of that. Like he really mentally like went there. I think he had to even like take a break from acting or just like he like really put his mind, his brain inside of Dahmer's, which he did a major. Oh my gosh, and we can't even forget Niecy Nash. Niecy Nash, she did her thing and she won an Emmy for it. Oh my God. I love Niecy Nash. She's been coming up a lot recently. Okay. See, look, there I go. There's that ADHD. I can literally jump. Like, if I didn't stop myself, I probably would be talking about the Emmys for like an hour. I'd be like, what am I talking about? But yes, Jeffrey Dahmer was finally arrested in Milwaukee after human remains was found in his apartment. That is so crazy. In 1991. That is beyond. That whole story is crazy. Especially for me. Me being a black gay boy. Like, whoa. Whew. Yeah. It's absolutely nuts. Okay. 2011. On July 22nd, 2011, Captain America, the First Avenger was released in theaters. Wow. This was a big project. Captain America. Like, this is the movie that Chris Evans was already like a star and everything, but Captain America made him a star. So I guess let me rephrase that. So Chris Evans was already a actor. He was already a working actor. I don't want to, yeah, a working actor. But him being Captain America and that whole, just him joining the MCU and what they built and everything, that made him a movie star. And Chris Evans is one of those. His face is very recognizable. It was already recognizable for me, obviously, because he really was like such a crush of mine. I had such a crush on him from Not Another Teen Movie and Fantastic Four. Like, oh, a huge crush on him. But Captain America just made, that's America's ass. Captain America made everybody have a crush on him. Yeah. And just not just that, not just the like him being a movie star was a big deal. It was just also like Captain America. Like, we've had our like Iron Man and Hulk and everything, but like this another layer to the MCU. Just what they built is so beautiful. And this week, which is ironic, this week the new Fantastic Four comes out, so that's gonna be pretty cool to see. I'm excited to watch it. I'm like really excited to watch it. I am here. I wonder if anyone can hear me singing. But yes, so that's all on this week in pop history. So that was fun. Let me know if y'all like that or not. Let me like get comfortable. I feel like I'm just kind of like, ugh. Be comfortable. I don't know. And this fucker keeps staring at me and laughing. I don't know. Or I could just be paranoid right now. Maybe I am. Maybe I am paranoid. I don't know. Okay. Also, I don't get why they have these studios, like this podcast studio and the one beside me and the recording studio in the front, facing everybody. I have ADHD. Literally. Anything. A fly could like fly past me and I'm just like, what? And so like, why do they have all of the recording stuff facing the windows where, well, I guess so they can keep an eye on everybody. So I guess that like makes sense, but fuck. It's so distracting. Okay, so a little reality recap. Oh my gosh. So I've talked about it a couple of times. Next Gen NYC. Next Gen NYC has been my jam. I'm low-key upset because while watching the new episode that came out, I believe last Thursday, whenever it was showing the previews for next week, it said on the season finale, why the F did they only record 7 episodes of this show? This is my jam. I need a full season, a full Housewives season. And I think Housewives seasons are, what, like 20 episodes? Is it? Dang. If that's true, then we spend a lot of weeks with Housewives. Is it 20 episodes? That is crazy. If that's true, then that is wild. That's a lot of weeks. Wow, no wonder we're like low-key sad whenever the finales come up and then like the reunions, because we're just like, damn. Like, shit. Like, that's our girls. Like, seeing them every week in their homes and everything. But Next Gen NYC has been such a treat. I know a lot of people shat on it before it even came out. I remember when they made the announcement, and I was just like looking through the comments, and there were so many comments of people being like, we didn't ask for this. What? Oh, so a bunch of Nepo babies are being on TV now? Like, not cool. These people are nuts. I'm telling you, Bravo fans are nuts. I don't know who's more nuts, the Barbs, the Hive, or Bravo fans. And I'm all three. Maybe that's my little cuckoo. Or the Swifties, literally all 4. I'm all 4. And yeah, I don't know who's more nuts because these fans go hard. They go absolutely hard bananas. Interesting. They're so cute. Like, I feel like all of them are so adorable. Like, that whole cast is adorable except Charlie. And he knows why. And y'all know why. He is not adorable. He is just literally definition. It's like, look up a definition of just like a spoiled trust fund kid. Or just trust fund kid. Just... And it's him. His picture is like very stereotypical. I have rich parents and I'm a brat. I'm a rich brat in New York City. Just literally head to toe definition. At least he's not homophobic. I did see that he does have like friends that are gay and bi, and like, and he's not one of those weirdos. I feel like we all know those just like weird, those straight guys that it's like, come on, it's 2025. But you know, those straight guys that are just like very weird around people that are of the LGBTQ plus community, you know? He's not. Like, he's just comfortable. And maybe that's a NYC thing. It is one of the biggest cities of the gays. So, yeah, I love it. Keep it coming. I love seeing their day-to-day lives. I love seeing them all together. I love seeing the Housewives kid, obviously. Like, I literally, for a lot of the Housewives, I was like a fan from like season 1, season 2 type of thing. So like, I grew up, like we grew up together. Literally, we grew up together. So obviously it's nice seeing them. Riley being the breakout star, I did not see this coming because on Housewives of Atlanta, she was always like really shy and quiet, and that is like her personality. It wasn't just her being on camera, because you know, being on camera can change someone's personality. Like this, like the most like out there person that is just wild and just says stuff off top of their brain and just act very impulsively. Literally, a camera can be set in their face and they could just like automatically just change into this like introverted, like shy person. But she really is just, she is like that. She really is like a reserved, shy person. And so I did not think she was going to be the breakout star. I knew I was going to love her, and I knew other people would like love her, but I didn't know that she was going to become the like that girl. And Riley is that girl. She really is. And I hate that she's like misunderstood. Because she really is like misunderstood. And I feel like if people asked more questions, if they really like sat down with her and asked more questions about, that's just how the world is. Not even just with her. I feel like that can just relate to so many different aspects of like just being in this world. A lot of people seeing just seeing something of you and just throwing a label on you, just not even really asking those questions on like, why are you acting this way, or why do you get so shy, and like, and it seemed like a couple times her like explaining herself, and it was definitely what I thought it would be. It's her just, her having social anxiety, and but Ariana's boyfriend, his family, his parents are the owners. They started Zaxby's. If y'all are from the South and listening to this, or just, I think Zaxby's are only do they even have Zaxby's in Texas? No, I don't think they have Zaxby's in Texas. So I think it's like Atlanta, North Carolina, South Carolina, like maybe just that area, maybe that Bojangles area, maybe Virginia, maybe. But Zaxby's, oh my God, Zaxby's is so good. And they're kind of expensive. So that family got some money. Yeah, we got some rich kids on here. But see, I'm like, I jump everywhere, y'all. I'm telling you, at this point, I feel like I need a co-host. I feel like I need a co-host, y'all. Like, I've been, how many episodes? I've recorded like around 20 episodes of just me like looking into this camera and just like talking to you guys and having a conversation with you guys. But I feel like I might just need a co-host. I'm feeling it. I feel like I might just need a co-host, to be honest, because man, like I need somebody's just gonna anchor me. That's gonna be like, okay, Meli, let's bring it on in, because I'm like, what was I just? Oh, Riley. Okay, so Riley being one of the most like richest kids on the show, one of the most just grounded and humble. So that's great to see. Need more of Riley. Love Ariana. I think Ariana for me was my favorite of the cast. Like, I did not know she was like that. I expected that from like her sister Brielle. Kim and Brielle are always together. And speaking of them, I think I'll briefly talk about that. But I expected Brielle of being this just very like girly girl, just like, I guess about her like looks and everything. Just, yeah, I was expecting that to be Brielle and not Ariana, because I feel like in the past, what we've seen of them being on Real Housewives of Atlanta and maybe Tardy for the Party, Ariana wasn't so much into the like glam like her mom and Brielle was. So that was funny, like seeing that. And I feel like now seeing how Ariana is, her personality and everything, I do feel like Ariana may be the most like her mom. Like how she talks is a lot like Kim. It is crazy. Some of the things that I've seen her say, I'm like, wow, like that is a lot like Kim. And just some of her mannerisms are very Kim-like. And I love that nostalgic. And we got to see Kim in a couple of scenes. Kim came and visited Ariana. Just, it's always great seeing Kim Zolciak and Candy Burris. So I love Jurassic Park. I love Next Gen NYC, and I'm excited for season 2. And I guess before we get off of the Zolciaks, Kim and Brielle are on this new show. I was like scrolling YouTube, just like looking for something to watch, because I don't think there was new episodes of any reality TV the other night. So I was like, just scroll through YouTube, and there was a video, and so I don't know if y'all know that some TV companies, some streaming and channels now do a thing where they release the first episode, and some people even do the first 2 episodes. They release it on YouTube to, I guess, see what everyone thinks. They just like release it on there whenever it premieres. They release it on YouTube so everybody can watch it. You don't need a subscription or anything. You can watch it, and that also it's a good strategy because you put that first episode, the first episode always ends on like a, oh, wait, what else is going to happen? Like, oh my God, this makes you want to watch the whole season. So that's like a good idea. I've seen a lot of channels do that. And so they put on YouTube, E put the first 2 episodes of a show called Plastic Rewind. And it's by Botched. So you remember the show Botched with Terry Dubrow. He's in it. And it's called Plastic Rewind. It's hosting it is Michelle Visage from oh my gosh, I need to slow it down. From RuPaul's Drag Race, Michelle Visage. I don't know. Talking today is just not my jam. But yeah. So it's an interesting show. 2 episodes in. I'm waiting for new episodes to come out. They're both on there, Kim and Brielle, and it's about like getting their plastic surgeries like reversed. I will let you guys know more about that the more I watch. Aubrey O'Day's on it. Jessica Dime is going to be on it with her big ass BBL. Yeah, it's going to get interesting. I'll let you guys know more about it once I keep watching it. Okay, Real Housewives of Atlanta. Oh my gosh, Real Housewives of Atlanta reunion part 2. Real Housewives of Atlanta reunion part 2. Whew, guys, this reunion was drama packed. This one was a juicy reunion. I think part 1 they were getting into it, like talking in the dressing rooms and everything, and they got into some drama. Part 1 did have some drama. Part 2 was crazy. It did give me like a little spot of just like, did have like a little spot in my heart where I was a little sad because of Portia and Shamia. I don't know if y'all have been watching, but Shamia was a friend of Real Housewives of Atlanta. She was never an official peach holder until this season. And it got ugly with her and Portia. They've been best friends since high school. And maybe even middle school, honestly. I think since they were 12. So either middle school or high school, they've been best friends. And this season, it's not looking too good. It was so good though. This reunion part 2 was very, very juicy. We had some different. So I think we picked up from part 1, and part 2 we picked up where we left off, and that was Phaedra versus Angela. About who sent the guy from the finale that was trying to ruin Angela's like marriage and saying that Charles was like a cheater and all of the other BS. And Angela is saying that Phaedra did it. And yeah, it's just getting ugly, y'all. It's getting ugly. So yeah, with them and all of that, it was a lot going on. There was Drew against, I don't know. I think this might be Drew's like last season, unfortunately. I really do. I think this might be her last season. And honestly, I'm not mad at it. I'm kind of tired of seeing Ralph's face. And that whole thing, they've been fighting since literally the first episode that she joined the cast, like 3 seasons ago. Yeah, I think do your thing, Drew. Hopefully she goes far in music, because I've heard that her music was really good. So hopefully she does go far in her music career. So yeah, that's about it. Oh, yeah, and it just ended, but Portia and Shamia, just this brawl. Like, you can just tell throughout the episode that it was building, that this feud was like building. It was little jabs, little comments and everything. And then towards the end, it was just at that climax of just like, oof, some deep rooted issues in their friendship. And yeah, we'll definitely see where that goes on part 3 next Sunday. Okay. So before we go, we have two movies that I wanted to talk about really quick that I recently went to the movies and watched it. Y'all know that I'm a movie buff and I'm also a nostalgic buff. So the two movies that I watched a few days ago was I Know What You Did Last Summer, the reboot in a way, even though not reboot, and Jurassic World. And something that I noticed after watching both of them, I was just like, whoa, but like Hollywood really does not know how to come up with an original idea. How both of these are like reboots is wild. Even though I Know What You Did Last Summer was a reboot slash like continuing. So like, yeah, but it's just wild. I'm just like, whoa, because I was gonna see three movies. I ended up watching two, and I tapped out after the second one because I started getting this like headache, I guess, from staring at the screens. But I was gonna watch Superman, and so it was so crazy that I had all three of these movies lined up, and they're all like remakes, like movies that has came out in the past, multiple movies. So that was wild. But I Know What You Did Last Summer was good. I Know What You Did Last Summer was a good movie to me. I liked it. It was trippy in a way. It really was kind of trippy because it felt like basically I felt like if Jennifer Love Hewitt and Freddie Prince Jr., if both of them was not in the movie, this would be like a reboot. Like it felt like it was kind of like the original movie. Like the characters were very similar to the characters from the 1997 version. Like almost all of them were like very similar to the characters. Like the rich douchebag that's just like screw this. They're like the one that's like basically his fault that the guy died, and he's just like this rich guy that has daddy's money, and he's just like a little fuckhead, like Charlie from Next Gen, the Charlie character. Yeah, so both of them, they were like, it was very similar. It was the character that's like Julie James. Both of them was very similar of just being like, guys, let's do the right thing. And just, yeah, all of that. Very similar. Who else? Oh, the spoiled rich girl, spoiled blonde, that's like popular, that's just like out of touch. Very much like Sarah Michelle Gellar's character in the 1997. That was also one. Um, and then like the sweet, innocent guy that's just like, that like the main character, you want them to be together, and he's just sweet and just like understanding and like hot AF, like Freddie Prinze Jr.'s character. So it was very much like, it felt like a reboot, but it was wild because it was these like legacy characters from the original that was like in this world, even though it was in the same world because they brought up the events from the 1997. It was just very similar. And the killings, I don't want to spoil anything for you guys because it is still fresh, but oh my gosh. For me, while watching this movie, because I like rate it between like 1 to 10. And while I was like watching this movie and beginning, middle, then we're getting closer to the end, and I'm like, okay, I'd say this movie's like a 7. I was like, it's a 7. And then we got to the end because I was thinking, I'm also a type of person, I've seen a lot of movies. I've seen a lot of like slasher, thriller movies. And so I was like sitting there and I was thinking, I was like, okay, I think I know who like the killer is. Like, you know, I did that like 2 times, maybe 2 or 3 times. I was just like, I know who it is. And then like this character would get killed and I'm like, wait, what? I was for sure thinking that this was the killer. And then I thought of another one. I was just like, okay, maybe this movie's not that good. Like, I guessed who the killer was, whatever. And then that person would get killed. And I'm like, whoa. I'm just going to tell you guys this. I'm not going to spoil it, but definitely go watch it because when it was revealed who the killer was, it was just like, whoa. My mind was blown. Blown. That was something I did not see coming. Really good. And then the ending credit scene just topped it off. Cherry on top was the ending credit scene. Don't want to spoil it also, but watch the ending credit scene. Yeah. And I'm going to rate that 1 through 10. I'm going to rate that a 9. 9 out of 10. I think they did good with this franchise. Okay. And so for my second movie that I went to the theaters to see was Jurassic World Rebirth, right? It's called Rebirth. Jurassic World. The new Jurassic World movie with Scarlett Johansson and a bunch of other actors. This movie, it was good. It was good. I probably should have like reversed these, like ending it on like, I'm doing like a 9 out of 10. I know what you did last summer. And then we have Jurassic World. And I'm like, it was good. You know, I like the beat. It was like, it was good. It wasn't bad. It was like, it was good. Yeah. That one I'm going to rate a 6 out of 10. It wasn't bad at all. It was just like that middle. It was that middle ground. It's like, it was good. No, it did have the action. I will give you that one. This new Jurassic World, definitely, there was a few scenes that I was just like, whoa. Like, that I was just like, oh my God. This one, they definitely packed in the scenes where the person's like this close to getting their like leg like bit off or just like being like smushed. It was just so many of those scenes that it was just like, oh my God. He's about to get him. And you keep thinking that like somebody's about to get killed. And some like jump scares too. It was a lot of those. Jurassic World was pretty good. It was good. It was good. I do stand by what I said of just like, did we need another Jurassic World? I don't think that was something that we were all just like, we need another one. Like after Dominion, that should have been it for a good 10 years, 10, 15 years, and then open that franchise back up to a younger generation. I don't think that we should have had one after Dominion came out 3 years ago, you know? So, yeah, but it's out, and I went to go watch it, and I give that a 6 out of 10. We have a 6 out of 10. Yeah, I like the characters and everything. A 6.5 out of 10. I'll give it a 6.5 out of 10. But yeah, and there we go. And that is all for the pop culture episode today. It's so crazy. I don't know how somebody could be so like thirsty. I'm literally like, I'm thirsty, but my mouth is like just so much saliva, and I'm like choking on saliva, but I'm so thirsty and I feel dehydrated. I don't know what's going on with me. I don't know. But that is all that we have today, guys. I'm very excited to be here in the studio talking with you guys and giving you some like pop culture love. I feel like we all need some pop culture love. So this was just really nice. I love you guys. Thank you for listening. Remember to tell your mama, tell your daddy, tell your grandma, tell your cousin, tell your second cousin, third cousin about My Pop Heart, the Millennial Morning Show. I'm talking about the time hearts. I am your host, Meli. Peace, love, and